Okay, thank you, Jim. I want to clear up some of the many misconceptions about the Second World War, which is sometimes called World War II or the war between the states, because there were so many states involved. Many of us who fought in the war have to put up with these misnomers and misconceptions from people who were never there. This is something we fight against, just like we fought so many years ago, only now it is age discrimination, reverse discrimination, and reverse aging we fight against. Some people misunderstand just what it was this war was about. Some people think it was all about the uniforms. Nazis dressed up like gray goose slippers. Stalinists dressed up like red ripe tomatoes. Few people know until 1942 we didn't even have uniforms. Speaking of the Americans. And we thought of ourselves as fighting in our birthday uniforms, which was very funny at the time. The Second World War was about oil. Oil had been discovered in the Ardennes, which is a giant ravine in the south of France. It was atop an ancient Roman burial site encased in marble and hexed all over with a form of ancient voodoo. The Germans, who were always a preposterous people, had no fear whatsoever of these hex signs, and so they sought to take France. The French were eager to secure joint drilling rights with Italy, since inside of Italy was the Vatican, and inside the Vatican was hidden the secret Vatican, which later became OPEC. The Russians had a hand in the game since they had been experimenting in communism with a new kind of mechanical man which required oil to survive. Lastly came the Americans. We had a fondness for peace, love, and liberty. But we were afraid that somewhere inside the plan to pump the Roman ruin was a Jewish plot, which later turned out to be unfounded, mainly due to the Holocaust. I would like to say I fought alongside a number of black people who sincerely liked and approved of being niggers, and many of them did not survive. There later popped up around the ruins a number of Irish pubs, after all this got settled, where some of us returned in the later part of the 60s. But that is another story for another time. Toodaloo.